So what if I told you that you could build a massive YouTube channel, one that earns thousands of dollars a month, but without all the headaches, no complex editing, no recording voiceovers, and, get this, creating videos in under a minute? It sounds kind of nuts, right? Well, today we're breaking down a pretty wild strategy from the channel Arvin's Zone that promises exactly that. Let's get into it. So let's just start with the number that gets everyone's attention. 7 lakh rupees. The claim is that you can potentially earn that much every single month. That's about 8,400 US dollars from just one YouTube channel. I mean, for a lot of people, that is absolutely life-changing money. But how on earth is that possible? And here's the kicker, the really shocking part. This income isn't from spending weeks creating some epic original masterpiece. No, the entire strategy, the whole secret sauce, is built on just repurposing videos that are already on YouTube. And that's where things start to get really, really interesting. The source material flat out calls this the easiest channel in the world. And the whole idea is to completely shift away from that traditional grind-it-out model of making content. You know, it's that classic pitch, stop the hard work and start the smart work. This right here really puts it all into perspective. You've got the old way, long hours editing, doing complicated voiceovers, all that hard work. And then there's this new way, which according to the source, takes just a minute, you don't need a voiceover, and it all just uses a built-in YouTube feature. The difference is pretty stark. And yeah, this quote from the original video really says it all. The promise that your video can be ready to go in less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee? I mean, that's incredibly tempting. They're not presenting this as some small little shortcut. They're framing it as a whole new revolutionary way to approach YouTube. All right, so how do you actually do this? What are the nuts and bolts? Well, the method hinges entirely on a very specific type of YouTube short, and it's called a collab. So let's just walk through the step-by-step process. Okay, so the process is, well, it's incredibly simple. You just find a video that's going viral, you hit that little remix button, and then, this is important, you choose collab. That puts the original video right next to a live feed from your own camera. Then you just record your face while you watch it. You don't even have to say anything. A couple more taps and boom, it's ready to publish. And this is almost certainly the question that's popping into your head right now. It just feels too easy. How can you possibly get monetized for using someone else's video? Isn't this a direct violation of YouTube's whole reused content policy? It seems like a pretty obvious loophole. Right. So the entire argument for why this is legit, why it's not against the rules, hangs on one single crucial concept: adding value. The source claims that by making your own little contribution, you're actually transforming the content into something totally new and, therefore, monetizable. So this is the core idea, the value add. It's this belief that your own original contribution, even if it's just a silent on-screen reaction, is enough creative input to make the final video a brand new, original work in the eyes of YouTube's monetization team. So what is your contribution exactly? Well, it pretty much boils down to your face and your reaction. The whole theory is that this adds a new context, a new commentary, even if it's silent. It's your original input, and that supposedly creates a totally new piece of content that's different from the original. And that, the argument goes, means it's not just reused content. And the source video is incredibly confident about this. I mean, the statement is completely direct. Because you've added your face, your reaction, your channel will be monetized. It's not framed as a maybe or a hopefully, it's presented as a sure thing. Okay, so making the video in 60 seconds is one thing, but that's really only half the battle. You still have to get people to actually click on it. And to do that, the source recommends a very specific strategy for your titles, thumbnails, and hashtags to make them as clickable as possible. The advice here is all about creating a curiosity gap. You see it in the title, something vague and dramatic that makes people wonder, wait, what did happen? The thumbnail uses huge, bold text and emojis just to grab your eye in the feed. And then you use all the standard popular hashtags like hashtag shorts and hashtag viral to hopefully tap into those huge traffic streams. And ultimately, that's the whole philosophy behind this part of the strategy. It's not really about describing what's in the video. It's all about generating this powerful, irresistible urge to click, just to find out what that mysterious title is all about. And that, of course, brings us to the final big question. Is this a genuinely smart, modern content hack that understands the YouTube landscape? Or Is it just a short-lived loophole, one that's relying on a very generous interpretation of YouTube's value add policy, an interpretation that could, change at any moment? I guess that really is the 7 lakh rupee question, isn't it?